It's all about following your passions. So if sewing and designing and creating your own collection is your passion, so in this video, sewing tutorials of the unisex boxing shorts, so you can actually see how to make it up, so you can get through the whole sewing construction a lot quicker and get into your manufacturing, and before you know it, you can be selling for all those orders that you'll be getting. It'll be without a doubt a sustainable business for you, something that will grow with you as you evolve with your collections. I'll leave the link down below. If you identify with this kind of content, then please don't forget to subscribe and press the share button down below. Hi, my name is Tanya Sutherland, and being from a spiritual fashion designer, and what I offer is a complete self-discovery journey through my self-alignment transformation coaching, which has 4 pillars. The one is about your style, self-identity, would be about self-confidence. The 4th pillar, which is so amazing and exciting part, is spiritual alignment. It covers meditation, creative visualization. You can be the best version of your higher self. A great guideline is that when you're actually preparing your garment and you're pressing everything, pre-overlocking it, getting all ready, it actually makes your whole preparation go a lot quicker. So what I've done here is, this is the 2 fronts. I've joined the fronts at the center front seam. Here are my 2 side panels. I've overlocked them right around all the panels and making sure that all the seams are going downwards towards the hemline. Then I've got the 2 backs. The 2 center back seams, that will be the 2 backs. And when you got the side seam and the back and the side seam and the front, up until this point here, we are going to do a slit opening on both sides of the side panel. So this shorts has got 2 slits. It has got a detachable waistband, which I've already overlocked right around. And I've even pressed it as well to make it easier in the process of putting the elastic band in the band. In my other video with the Erin, you can actually see how those shorts have got a grown-on waistband, not detachable like this one. So once you've overlocked everything, it's a good idea to give it all a good press. Right now it's about joining all the side panels together. So we've got the front, 2 front panels, your side panel, and that is your back, center back panel with the crutch. Then you've got your front crutch panels, your side panel, and then of course your center back crutch. So you're going to sew until your notch for your slit. You're going to basically close all these panels together, just keeping open for your slits. So I'm going to have a slit on the front and the back of the actual side panel, just to give it a bit more of a designer sort of flair, a little bit of a different sort of look. When it comes to the slit area, you can either use bias binding in one of the contrast colors, or you can just top stitch it down, which I'm going to be doing. Once I've done that, I'll prepare the waistband. For your waistband, you can either just eyeball it by stitching 4 to 5 rows on your actual waistband. You can either use the foot of your machine as a guideline, or you can basically use either some kind of fabric erasable pen or a fabric pencil and actually draw your lines on, to giving you a better guideline when you are stitching your elastic, when you are creating the tunnel for your waistband with your elastic, top stitching the elastic down. Alright, so now I have divided the waistband into 4 quarters, the elastic as well as the waistband as well, and just marked it. There should be about a 2.5 centimeter seam allowance from the waistband, which I'm going to be attaching onto the waistline of the actual shorts. This is if you're using a 3-inch width elastic. I find the easiest way to do the band is to actually stitch it actually down on the quarter sections, and then to stretch per quarter as you're going along. So if you want to mark your waistband with lines, I suggest you do this before you do the quarter measurements of your elastic and putting it into the tunnel, so that when you actually have it all pinned, you already got all your lines ready for you. The whole idea is to try and make sure that this elastic stays on the fold where you pressed. By pinning it down at the bottom, it's just to stop the elastic from shifting away from the actual fold line of the waistband. Yes, that happens. Okay, let's try again. The needle actually snapped because I was pulling too hard on the needle. I didn't say it was easy. Yeah, what I did now was I put a bigger size needle in, so it's a size 18. The needle before that was a size 12. I think it was too thin with this amount of stress and the thickness that it's going through. So you can do 4 to 5 rows and just decide before you continue from here to measure it. So you can do 2 centimeters apart. So I'm looking at my guideline. I'm going to follow my guideline on my metal plate. You can also put some tape down. This is my guideline where I need to keep the top of the waistband, so I can keep my eye on where the needle is going here and make sure that I keep this straight along this tape. It's always in the beginning, it's a little bit difficult, but it gets momentum as it gets started. As you start pulling, try and get this as flat as possible and pull it open. You're going to measure the next 2 centimeters. Alright, so that's going wider. I do suggest that you practice 1 or 2 before you go ahead and do this for production. Also, if you've got an industrial machine, it'll also work a lot better. Make sure all your side seams are open. I suggest pin it. Put as many pins in as possible, attaching your waistband to the actual shorts. It'll make it so much easier, because you know, you already ruched the one side of the fabric and the other side's not. So the one is, you're working against two different fabrics, because the one has got elastication and the other one hasn't. So I suggest give it as many pins as possible to make it easier for you to attach, keeping the side seams and all the slit seams open. As a side note, with 36 years of experience of being a spiritual fashion designer, I still love my fashion. So I have an entire collection of clothing patterns. On Tuesdays, I talk about my patterns. I'd love to hear any feedback of you making the shorts yourself, and let us know how it's going for you.